Since the FTC versus Microsoft court case is over, well, trial is over. There's still deliberations going on, so there's plenty of what do you call it? Time to wait, reflect, look back, and enjoy a whole lot of things that we learned. But one of the main prominent figures that went on the stand that literally nobody talked about because the FTC, I don't know what happened in court. We get the little updates on when they ask him questions and when he answers, but it seems like the FTC was stunned with every answer he gave that they didn't even try to converse with him to learn more. They didn't probe him at all. So it was like either they weren't listening to him or they literally didn't know how to respond to when he responded, when he answered. And we're just gonna get right into it because like most of his answers were simple. They could have asked for more detail. They could have asked for a lot of things. They have so much like covert documents and shit in there. They could have asked him so much. He's literally the CEO of Microsoft. The CEO of Microsoft is here, sitting on a stand. They could have said anything. They could have asked anything. And his seat in the stand was short. I wish it was longer because there's so much you could learn from having Satya on the stand. And I don't know if they were scared that he would sit on his stand and they're like, fuck, this nigga is the CEO of Microsoft, bro. We need to get him out of here quickly. But they started off talking about the market share and how Xbox actually was winning quarters. They took 2 quarters in a row and I think they won 3 quarters of 1 year in the US. And they asked him about that. And he was like, yeah, that's accurate. And that was it. That was it. They like, damn. He's like, yeah, we won, let's say 1 year. I think that was console launch year too. So the PlayStation 5 was getting scalped to shit. Niggas was having to pay 1,500 for a PS5 at that time. They was getting scalped to hell. Sony couldn't even produce enough of them bitches for their fans. And all the ones they did produce got scalped. Xbox Series X was getting scalped as well. It's not like it wasn't. Not at the rate that everybody was getting scalped for PlayStation, because they literally scalped all them bitches on PlayStation. They scalped most of them bitches on Xbox. And then the Xbox Series S was literally wandering around the world getting bought everywhere because it was available. That's what Microsoft wanted, the availability of that console. So they won a year, 1 year, launch year. And they asked him about it. He's like, yeah, we won. And they didn't ask him a single fucking question about the market share after that. That was it. That was it. That was it. Right at the answer, yeah, that's accurate. That was it for market share. On to the next question. And I'm like, what? And then it comes to Microsoft's gaming targets. And they talk about how he tracks all the leaders at Microsoft and how they're performing in their district. Because he runs Microsoft. All the pieces of Microsoft have a head. And all those heads come together and tell Satya, this is what we're doing. This is how it's going. How are we doing? In your eyes, as a CEO. And they asked him that the gaming metrics actually exceeded Microsoft's in their standards. And Satya's like, yeah, we set them low. Which, I mean, you could get a lot from this. Because if y'all remember, Phil came in after the great collapse of 2015. Xbox collapsed. 2015. We remember the great collapse. I was there. I don't know if y'all was there. Y'all could have been anywhere else because everywhere else was better than Xbox in the great collapse of 2015. I'm not going to fake like it wasn't. But Phil came in and Satya was like, yeah, they set the bar low. They weren't expecting much of Xbox. They wanted them to do something. But Phil exceeded those expectations every time. And I'm like, they don't give Phil enough fucking credit for the shit he had to do to pull Xbox from the brink of fucking deletion from Microsoft as a corporation. Even with the bar set low, Phil still aimed higher than that bar. He could have hit the bar a couple times. What if he missed the bar though? Where would Xbox be? So Phil exceeding the bar every time is great to see. That's why he got the promotion. The head of Microsoft Gaming, not just the head of Xbox. People leave that part out. He did get a fucking promotion like years ago. But I mean, on to the next thing, because after he said that, they start looking at how much he makes. And it's like, why the fuck are you looking at how much the CEO of Microsoft is making? How much is he getting paid? It's crazy, bro, because they didn't look at how much Jim Ryan is getting paid. And he's an acting president of Sony Interactive Entertainment. And he's speaking on behalf of PlayStation. Okay, on to the next fucking thing. Then the FTC moves to ask him about cloud gaming. And then Satya kind of cooked their ass with this one. I don't think they were ready for what he was gonna say. But they was asking him if this is going to be a substitute for consoles and is going to transcend devices. So then, like, you can just start streaming shit from the streaming device or just the TV or stuff like that. And he's like, you don't think of it as a substitute because the market isn't going to give you that as like, yeah, we're going to love this because everybody still love their console. They love their PC and they love their phones. And they use cloud gaming adjacent to that. So when I don't play phone games. I don't play phone games, but I have played Xbox games on the phone with xCloud. Of course I did. I play PC games sometimes, and then sometimes I might look up a game that I hear about, and it dropped in Game Pass, and I might launch that bitch in a browser right from the motherfucking browser, and play that bitch with my Elite controller through xCloud, or I might see a game drop on Xbox Game Pass, is on the front menu. I click on it and I play that bitch just to see how good it is. From xCloud, it's not like I'm going to go to xCloud. No, native apps are always going to be better than cloud gaming. There's never going to be a time where people don't want to use a native app. If you have an option for native or cloud, people are probably going to choose native 90% of the time. But the availability of cloud is endless. It's literally the cloud. We don't even know what the fuck it is, actually. It could be in the sky right now. We wouldn't know. But just hardware is where everybody wants to be anyway. So the software part of it is just adjacent to what the hardware is already providing them. And that's what he was saying. And they didn't probe him on anything else, which is wild because he says that, and all the cloud gaming arguments that they have, they could probe him on all of that. The FTC has the chance to talk to him about cloud gaming and how this could be bad for it, how he looks at it, it could be a detriment. No, they don't say anything. But Satya keeps talking. They don't probe him for anything, but he keeps talking. They don't ask him another question about it. He keeps talking though. And he said it's possible for cloud gaming to become a breakthrough market. But it's not something that's happened yet. And it's probably not going to happen for a while. Because why? People love their consoles. Fanboys are everywhere. Xbox fanboys, PlayStation fanboys, Nintendo fanboys. They're everywhere. PC gamers, massive hardware niggas. You think they're giving up their fucking 4090 rigs for cloud? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Bro, it's niggas I know with 4090 rigs right now, powerful PCs, they still put that shit 1440p max settings. 250 fucking frame rate. 344 frames per second. Some crazy shit like that. They don't even play in 4K. You got a 4090 rig. Niggas don't even play in 4K. They turn this shit to 1080p, 1440p, max settings. Shit look better than 4K all the time. You would never see a PC gamer crying about 4K, bro. Most of the niggas don't even fuck with 4K. They go to 1080p, max settings, 1440p, max settings, and they love that shit. Frame rates be booming. Be like 270 and up. Crazy dumbass shit, bro. But that's PC gaming. Console gamers never understand because console gamers love buzzwords. Like 4K. Like ray tracing. Global illumination. Like, people love to hear that shit. Those technical terms, you don't know what the fuck they're doing. PC niggas do not give a fuck, bro. They want their details up. They want their motherfucking frames up. And they gonna run this bitch at 1080p because it's HD. High definition is still high definition. The most detailed shit you could possibly see with your eyes. And they loving that shit. Moving so fast, bro. Everything's a fucking blur to them anyway. It is crazy. But back to Satya, because I got on a rant a little bit. He talks about streaming as a minor part of the definition of cloud that they use. And cloud is, Xbox Live is cloud to him. He's like, all of it is cloud. He's like, just to make it clear, whenever I think about the cloud in the context of the Xbox pillars of content, the cloud is the cloud. The community is in the cloud. Xbox Live is a part of the cloud. And I'm like, that's what people don't understand. That's what people don't understand about this cloud shit. And he does. He's literally the one regulating all of it. He's like, even if you're thinking about console or PC, the cloud is actually very integral to the experience. I mean, it is. Where y'all getting all this fucking data from? You're getting it from a cloud somewhere. This shit not just coming out of thin air, bro. It's not just downloading through some random ass wires, bro. It's coming from somebody's cloud-based network. So it's not just streaming alone. It's all of it. And they didn't probe him on that shit. And I'm like, yeah, whole fucking basis for this argument was Microsoft is trying to dominate the cloud market, the cloud gaming market that doesn't exist. And he's like, everything Xbox is cloud. Why do you think people hated fucking Xbox in 2013? Because the hardware was a cloud-based operating system. That's all it was. Xbox is still a cloud-based operating system, but Phil at least tweaked it to make it seem like it's a console. So when the DRM situation happened, when they brought that DRM shit back up out of nowhere, I'm like, it's not like Xbox fucking changed. Xbox can't fucking change. The Xbox DNA is built into Microsoft Azure's cloud. Everything Xbox is built into the cloud. They just give you hardware to tap into it. That's what the Xbox console has become. That's what it became in 2013. It's not fucking changing anytime soon. It's probably never going to change. Why? Because then Game Pass came, backwards compatibility came from the cloud, and PC. That compatibility comes from the cloud. They're not changing it. And Microsoft is going to continue to go this route. Yeah, they make hardware. But if Microsoft has to drop the hardware and just do software, you think they won't? Let's continue on, though. Because then they read his emails with Phil and them talking about how he wants to make cloud gaming mainstream. And he's like, yeah, as a software company, he always thinks software first. Yes, Microsoft is one of the biggest software companies in the world. They also make hardware. But you don't buy a Windows fucking computer to use Windows. You don't buy a Microsoft laptop to use Windows. Nobody's going out to buy a Surface just so they can have Windows. You go build you a PC, buy you some chips, download Windows. Rather you steal it from somebody or you buy it outright and you use Windows on whatever platform you have. And they talk about, there's another one about Microsoft and Meta teaming up. And he's like, yeah, he's bringing Windows apps and shit natively to the hardware that they have. And they like, oh. And he's like, I want to make it clear to the world that Microsoft is focused on cloud-first approach, Teams, Windows, 365, xCloud as the future of Microsoft. Not right now, because the world's not ready for that infrastructure. But he want to basically use every opportunity to make cloud streaming more mainstream. Cloud streaming everything, bro. So every pillar of Microsoft is building a cloud version of what they offer right now. For the future of Xbox, for the future of Microsoft as a whole. And they didn't probe him on that. How Microsoft is using the cloud for everything Microsoft. And they didn't probe him on that. And I'm like, y'all couldn't ask him a single fucking question. How are they going about putting fucking Windows 365 or Teams cloud-based versions into everybody else's app? How are competitors going to compete with them already doing this? Nothing, bro. But I thought the FTC cared about competition in the cloud. He's literally telling you, we're going cloud first on everything we could possibly do at Microsoft. Because we're a software-based company. And software can move real soft and fluid through the cloud. And they didn't fucking probe. They didn't ask him anything. They're stunned again. And he said all this shit to himself, bro. They asked him one question. And he said all of this shit himself, bro. They said all this shit himself. He just spoke about it. And they was like, well, shit. On to the next fucking question. And I'm like, come on now, bro. Can y'all at least try to act like y'all investigating this deal? No. Satya's sitting in that seat. They're not investigating a single fucking thing. They're not investigating a single thing. They talk about some more confidential documents. You can't really talk about that because they got to mute that out. And then goes to one of the greatest quotes from Satya. The only thing that anybody in the media pulled out is when he talked about exclusive games on console. And he said if it was up to him, he'd love to get rid of exclusive games on consoles altogether. But it's not. And for him, he just has to do what he has to do in the industry created by the market leader. And the market leader is Sony Interactive Entertainment. So as long as Sony dictates the market and the market says you need exclusive games to be successful, he's going to get exclusive games to be successful. That's the world we live in. And he doesn't want that world to stay. And guess what? I guess y'all know what I'm going to say, right? They didn't fucking probe him. They didn't say a single fucking thing after he said that. And I'm like, what the fuck is the FTC even? Why is he even here, bro? Why is he even here? They didn't probe this man. I'm like, that is crazy, bro. Then they asked about cloud gaming again, and expanding gaming to more platforms. He's like, it's one mechanism of cloud to expand to more platforms, but that platform is mobile because they're trying to get into mobile gaming. They can't make a store. They can't make a native app on these people's things. So what do? Put it through the cloud. They made an Xbox app, Game Pass app. They can do that. And then they put cloud gaming through it so you can play Xbox games on your phone. But you can't download those games and play them bitches. Can't play Xbox games on the phone technically. But you can play them through the cloud on your phone. Apple, on the other hand, the iOS, didn't let Xbox put an app on there. So they created the browser version of xCloud. They literally innovated around fucking Apple so then people can use xCloud through the Safari browser. You go on there, look up some xCloud games, play them bitches through the browser. They still run pretty well. I played Killer Instinct through the browser one time for a video. Latency was actually really fucking good. It was wild. But that's to compete on a mobile platform. And there's more opportunities for more people on platforms with the cloud. And I'm like, y'all not gonna probe him more? Y'all not gonna ask him what else does he plan for pushing cloud to anywhere else? No. They're not gonna probe him on that. Now they're calling for the fucking expert to come back. Fucking Dennis Carlton, he's coming back. And then the last thing they ask Satya before he leaves, Microsoft comes up and asks him about Call of Duty. The one thing the FTC has been crying about the whole fucking trial. The Microsoft fucking lawyers asked him about it. And they asked him, are you trying to withhold Call of Duty from PlayStation? The lawyers he pays literally asked him the only hard-hitting question in his whole fucking stint on the hot seat, in the trial, on the stand, under oath. And he literally was like, no. There's no economic sense to it because they make a lot of fucking money on a lot of platforms. Why the fuck would they withhold that? He's the CEO of Microsoft. He's literally about making money. Look at their stock right now compared to Sony's. Look where it started. Look where it ended. Look where it is right now. Mans is a visionary. He knows what he's doing in that seat. And he's like, why the hell would they do that? Their goal is to send that content to every platform they possibly can. They did that with Office. They're going to do that in gaming too. And it's like, so you commit Sony to, delivering Call of Duty on PlayStation. He said 100%. And Microsoft's lawyers left it. And then the FTC didn't say a single fucking thing. They didn't ask a single fucking thing. You could have asked the CEO of Microsoft all the hard-hitting questions. But the FTC didn't do a damn thing, bro. And that was the end of Satya's fucking stint. They start talking to Carlson. And I'm like, they really, bro. They really just let the most powerful figure in gaming at the moment, not in essential winning, but like Microsoft is a powerful figure. And Satya controls that figure. He's been doing a whole lot to change gaming, and the FTC didn't fucking probe him on anything, bro. I think they asked motherfucking Bobby Kotick better questions. They asked Bobby Kotick better questions. And Bobby just runs fucking Activision. This man runs the whole Microsoft organization, bro. He runs Cloud Azure, which Sony uses Cloud Azure, bro. Fucking Sega uses Cloud Azure. Microsoft Xbox uses Cloud Azure. And they didn't ask him a fucking thing, bro. It's like they didn't know what to talk to him about. Because, like, what did he not know? He answered quick, simple, and they like, damn, stunning they ass, bro. It was weird. I'm like, y'all asked Jimothy Ryan a whole lot of questions. A whole lot of questions about exclusivity, about how he felt about Starfield and Bethesda games staying on Xbox and not coming to PlayStation. Y'all couldn't ask Satya that? He's literally the highest ranking official in fucking Microsoft, just like Jimothy Ryan is the highest ranking official in Sony Interactive Entertainment. But for some reason, Satya gets to say and do almost nothing on the stand, and then goes completely unnoticed after all this is done, because they just start going at the analyst dudes, and then start talking numbers again. And I'm like, that's it. That's it. We got nothing out of Satya because the FTC literally didn't ask anything. The most official person. I'm like, FTC didn't fucking care, bro. When Satya got on that stand and everything the FTC could have said, they didn't. I'm like, yeah, bro. They don't really fucking care. They don't really care. They want this deal blocked because they just want it blocked. Because Sony wants it blocked. Not because they want to investigate. Because they could have investigated with the most powerful nigga in the Xbox ecosystem, which is their boss. And they didn't ask a single fucking thing, bro. So yeah, I'm gonna end it right here. This is probably some of the best shit I read. Was it day 4? Was it day 3 or day 4 when Satya went? I don't remember. But it was some of the best shit like when he was talking about the cloud thing and how everything Xbox is cloud. I'm like, that's exactly why people hated the Xbox One. I understood that back then. I enjoyed the Xbox One. I enjoyed the fuck out of it. That's why I still have it right there. That's why I have an Xbox One X. But like, people didn't understand why Xbox couldn't just revert their console back to you can be offline and do all this, because they built that bitch for the cloud, bro. They built it for the cloud, and it's gonna stay built for the cloud because that's the infrastructure that Microsoft built around the new Xbox. Don Matrick, he did all that. He was a visionary too, but it killed gaming until Mr. Phil showed up. So let me know what y'all think about Satya's little stint down below, and I'll see y'all in the next video.